Yes people, what is going on? This is a video that I've tried to film multiple times and I have never found the right way to do it. So I'm going to give it a go. It's going to be edited up, I'm going to chop and change it, I'm going to do loads of different stuff, but it needs to be done, needs to be spoken about, needs to be said. This is my thoughts on YouTube football, ranging right away from Imperial Wharf, right away through to #United, and what I think is going to happen, and what I think should and shouldn't be happening with YouTube football. And also let's get a few of your questions in right at the end as well. So let's just jump straight into it. It's dying. YouTube football is dying. Whether we like it or not, it's dying. Let me explain that. YouTube football costs a hell of a lot of money to be involved in. It costs a lot of money. You need pitches, you need refs, you need kits, you need so much stuff. Whether it's going to come from yourself, from sponsors, from whatever, for the views you're going to get is not sustainable to do. Now, what I used to like, and I will go and talk about the OGs, #United. They were the pioneers of YouTube football. They smashed it. Anyone else that played YouTube football did it okay. # did it the best that they could possibly do, and not going to take anything away from them. I was actually involved in the #Academy series. Some pictures will go in here of me being in the #Academy series. Didn't last very long, but I also know a guy called Dan Agee who ended up coming and finishing in the top 3. Can't remember if he won it, come second, can't remember. Anyway, finishing in the top 3. My problem with YouTube football is it's not like # anymore. It's not, because # used to do it for fun. You used to get to know the personalities. You have to have people like Faisal, Manjdog, Manji playing right mid for 90 minutes against a load of people you'd never heard of, but it was good fun to watch. It was enjoyable to watch. It was fun to be a part of. Now it's all about bragging rights, being as good as you can be, as powerful as you can be, and it's all just about, oh well, I did this and I did that and my team's better than your team and da. I'm not about that. I couldn't care. I genuinely couldn't care whose team's better than your team, because the problem that's going on with YouTube football, and the reason it's going to massively go downhill, is because of streaming. Streaming football. If you want to find a team full of non-league players and go and be the best non-league team you can go and be, fair enough, you can go and do it. You can go and put your highlights online like # do. They do all right. If you are going to get a load of non-league players and want to play in essentially parks and local pitches and pay £400 a week for games, which I know you can pay, Bobby from Hackney Wick said that he paid £400, roughly about £400 for a match day at Haringey Barrow for officials and cameras and all that kind of la-di-da. You can go and do it, fine. But you're always going to be able to find a better player on YouTube or on Amazon Prime or whatever, because Amazon Prime stream the Premier League. Premier League productions stream all over the world, so that's not going to bring in any sort of global audience. Amazon Prime do some stuff in the UK. YouTube also show a lot of live football now. They show La Liga, they show various different bits and bobs. I've watched games on there because I don't want to watch what's on YouTube football, because all these players, they're good and it's all like all the la-di-da and all looking fancy and all this crap, but actually there's players out there that are always better. Always better. What you may not get with those players that are always better is the personality, which is massively where # excelled. They did stupid things like the chairman. Who the hell was the chairman? We don't know. There was more of a gimmick. There was more fun there. It was probably just Spencer. Probably, I don't know. Or his dad or someone, I don't know who it is. But they used to have the chairman, they used to have backing, they used to have all this different stuff. And most importantly, it was on a channel with a massive following in Spencer FC. That was a huge following channel. They got views from that. You got the personalities, you got the games. They didn't play against all these best teams. They played at some big stadiums. They played at Wembley, they played at Upton Park. They played all over the place. They did some really, really cool stuff. But they didn't necessarily have these big branded flashy players. They did enough what they could do. They went on tours, they enjoyed it, they had fun, it was entertainment. Where now it's all about being an alpha male sportsman, and I'm not about that. Obviously when you play football you try and be the best you can be, you try and win games. That's just what you do. Fair enough, I'm not going to take away from that at all. But there is the averageness of having people like Faisal, Manjdog, Manji, and Ryan Adams and Spencer, and even when Rebel did it, having someone like Cal Freezy play. Cal Freezy can play football. We can clearly see that. It's obvious. But what we don't get with this live streaming of very, very good games of football is the personality. Cal Freezy has it, Spencer had it, Faisal had it, Seb had it. Even people from Palmer's had it, SE Dons have it, and even Palmer's have disappeared. SE Dons are still going. Fair enough. But YouTube football and this new wave that seems to be going on with the likes of aftv and DT and Imperial Wharf, which I'll get onto in a second, there's no personality. The personality comes from people that are off the pitch. I don't want to see that. I can see that anywhere. I can see that on their vlogs. I can see that on their own personal YouTube channels. We've got people like DT, who I personally don't like. I'm not a fan of DT, but he gets his football, so I can appreciate that. What I don't want to see is him standing on the sideline giving the old little fist bump every now and again and go, come on, this is all great, we've got a result here. I want to see personality. I want to see people have a laugh. I remember the DT versus Imperial Wharf game, it didn't end well for anyone. We had 200,000 views on it on the Imperial Wharf YouTube channel, which was fantastic, great. But it didn't end well for anyone. You got a bit of coverage on it, it was all fine. But that was it. The reason I left Imperial Wharf, which is what I'm going to come on to, is because the personality side of things disappeared. It was not involved. The personality side of things was going to come from the original 4 people that were going to start Imperial Wharf, which was me, Louis, Lewis and Jack. Lewis and Jack got shoved out, I got shoved out eventually, now it's just Louis running it with 2 other people that are just people. There's no personality in it at all. George Akita is a great content creator, he's very, very good, he's an incredible editor, he's a really, really good editor, but it's just some guy, which is fine, fair enough, but you want to actually get to know them. But what they're acting like is that they're 50 times better than they actually are, and you've actually missed out the important bit of actually getting to know the people, which is crap, to be honest with you. They've got a team full of people that we don't know. They used to have people like Theo Ogden, who Louis basically told to piss off, and you have people like Eunice that have just been filtered out of the team, and people that have realised and have left, like myself, that realise that it's just not for them. It's not YouTube football anymore, it's just them wanting to have a team that plays games on YouTube. It costs a lot of money to rent that pitch down at Rayners Lane. Now this is a big thing for me and why I left Imperial Wharf massively, because Rayners Lane is my local club. My family met down there. I've had a lot of time spent throughout my childhood at Rayners Lane. It's my family club, I love it very dearly. I decided that I wanted to get Imperial Wharf playing down there, so when the likes of aftv, the United Stand, anyone else that could possibly come down there could see the pitch, see the new facilities they've got down there, and promote it and get eyes on it, which I've done. aftv yesterday had their trials there. Job well done for me. It's on the Blood Brothers League, it's all ticked off, they've all got Rayners Lane FC on the back of every single thing that they do, because all the cameras are set up on the near side. It looks great, and I'm really, really proud of it. I can't offer anymore. The only thing I could offer was to have fun, and I couldn't have fun because that was not the team that I joined. It's different. Me and Louis, we've got our differences. I'm not going to go into it because the last time I did a Q&A video, someone seemed to throw toys out of the pram. I got kicked out of group chats, I got disowned essentially by Imperial Wharf, and although I actually did nothing wrong, I'm getting treated like I'm the mug, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sit here and say my piece and say it with confidence because I believe in it, because I believe it's true. YouTube football as a whole is dying. It's over and done with. It's boring. Because you don't have any personality, any trait, anything towards it anymore. And I think that's a massive problem. I do think it is a massive, massive problem. And one that is not going to be fixed in 5 minutes. If you want to have the best side of YouTube football, show the personalities. Show people like Robbie on the pitch, Troops on the pitch, DT on the pitch, Goldbridge, Flex, Rants, Louis, George, Expressions. You want to do that for the Blood Brothers League, probably in particular? Do it, but put them on the pitch, because I don't want to see DT having a load of 22 blokes running in front of him that I've got no idea about, and then DT doing a bit of commentary. I prefer DT to do a bit of commentary on Arsenal. That's more entertaining. They get no views, no big engagement with it, there's no real love for it. The United Stand started selling merch. They don't get that much money from it. I was talking to Flex and Rants the other day. They don't get massive amount of money for it. Unfortunately, YouTube football is just not where it was before with #United, and no one's ever going to be able to keep up with that. So as much as I'd love YouTube football to work, because it is actually a really good concept, a really good form, the problem with it is it's now just all about bragging rights. It's what I would call yuppie behaviour. It's all about trying to be as good and you can, and big and flash, and having a brand new kit deal with Adidas, Puma and Nike, and all looking like this and looking like that, and all about, oh yeah, I look great, look at me with this trophy and all this stuff. That's not what it's about. It's about entertainment, it's about the fun, it's about the enjoyment of it. #United won trophies and they were the only team in the league. It's stupid, it's fun, they ain't going to enjoy it, they're going to celebrate it. It's not at that same level anymore. It's not fun to watch, to be honest with you. The main thing I enjoy about watching the Blood Brothers League is listening to Terry doing the comms. That's what I find funniest. But I couldn't care about the rest of it, honestly, I couldn't. I watch it because I still want to see what's going on in the world and whatever, but I don't find it entertaining, I just find it like I'm keeping up to date. It's just not fun anymore. YouTube football as a whole is not fun anymore. And it's going to die because there's always better players out there on YouTube than the ones you're watching in the Blood Brothers League or in the Replay Me League or all that kind of stuff. You want to put YouTube football out there as a concept? Actually have YouTubers playing it. That would be so much better. The Sidemen, they used to do charity games. They used to get millions of people wanting to watch your streams because they wanted to see if Harry could score a goal from 30 yards out, if he could actually strike a ball like he does in some of his videos. You want to see that because there's questions and you're interested in the people that are actually playing, not the people that are standing on the sidelines trying to look good. It's not what it used to be anymore. I do like a lot of people down at Imperial Wharf. I do go down and watch their games because it is literally a stone's throw away from my house. I do go and watch it because I do care about certain people in it, but actually as a concept, YouTube football in Imperial Wharf is dead. It's absolutely dead. You want to go and move up and do whatever you want to do. Hashtag United had so much funding, so much help to go and be a non-league club, and there's potential talk about DT even going and being a non-league club. Fine, you can go and do it. You can go and do whatever it is that you want to do. I'll finish on this just before I go on to some of your questions. Imperial Wharf, we were in a meeting on a Skype call and someone actually genuinely said that they thought they could see Imperial Wharf winning the Champions League in years to come. Good fucking luck. Good luck. It's not going to happen. If it is going to happen, it's going to be out of everyone here's timeline, and it's going to be dead. Look, it could be successful, I could be completely wrong, but it's not enjoyable to watch. It's not sustainable. You had to put money in as a player. Everything was wrong about it. Everything was wrong. There was no funding, there was no help, there was no support, and it was just boring and dead to watch. It's not a good entity anymore. I'm going to go straight on to some of your questions now, but YouTube football for me, as my overall final thought and final opinion, is it's boring. As much as I like the idea, it ain't going to work. In my humble opinion, it's too much money, too much involvement, and there's not enough coming in. It's just not a good formula. I'm sorry, it's not. Question here from Gary Smith 987. Is YouTube Sunday League better than YouTube Football League? Yes, teams like SE Dons are doing it better, but they're still going to struggle, to be honest. You get to know more about them. Even Hashtag, to be fair, have done a Sunday League team and aren't getting anywhere near the views they used to. Here's a comparison of what they used to get. Here's a comparison of what they get now for a Saturday League game. Here's what they get for a Sunday League game. Massive difference. It's in a big decline. It's clearly here and obvious to see. It's good and it's better, but it's not wonderful. Next question is from Callum_Hammett, a guy that asks a lot of questions, to be fair. Is YouTube or is it just YouTube boxing that everyone will lose interest in? Yes, it is. YouTube boxing is not sustainable. You want to see what KSI is going to do in a fight. You want to see about how he's going to beat up Logan Paul. That's it. You don't care about how he boxes. You don't care about the journey that goes on around it. These can't lose documentaries. You get people that are looking and clicking on all this stuff. They've got following. Fair enough. They can go and use it. But YouTube football teams don't have a following. They do not have a following. Even Hashtag haven't got the same following as someone like KSI's got. It's insane with that growth and that experience that someone like KSI's got, and Logan Paul and Joe Weller and whatever it is. They've got huge followings, but essentially YouTube football is nowhere near that same calibre at all. It's not going to last. It's boring and it's easier to do, to be fair, because obviously having a huge boxing event is massive and nigh impossible to organise, but they do it and fair play to them. But YouTube football, it's about getting 22 people together to play a game of football with a referee, 2 linesmen, and having a kit and a ball and a pitch, and there's just a lot more to it. It's easier to organise, but it is harder to organise at the same time. It's very complicated. That's why it's not going to last. It's not going to last, I'm sorry. Dawson Malinowski, I think I've got that right. Can you see any of the big teams expanding as Hashtag or even bigger to get pro? No, I can't. It's a terrible idea if anyone was to try and go pro. You end up losing a lot of money. If you haven't got money to start with and you end up losing a lot more money, it's nigh on impossible. You need big investors, and then it all starts to get like a big personality complex, because if you've got someone like Imperial War, for argument's sake, Louis has not got hundreds of billions and billions and billions and billions of pounds to spend on maybe getting the best footballers out there. Someone like the Russians do or whatever. Who's then going to own it? Who's going to own the teams? DT has got money, but he's not got that much money. All these people have got money, but they are not enough to run proper pro teams. None of them are going to go pro. None of them are going to move much further up the football pyramid. It's going to die. Unfortunately, it is going to die. And that's why I got out. So there you go, everyone. That is my thoughts on YouTube football. Thank you for all your questions. There were a few more. They were just the best 3 that I got. For me, personally, YouTube football is dying. You can clearly see that. Don't stop supporting it. If you want to go and support it, you want to go and do your piece, then fair enough. I completely accept. I accept that, and I expect it, and I appreciate it, because it is a good form to use. But it is dying. It is going to die soon, in my humble opinion. So don't be disheartened when it just magically disappears. Unfortunately, there'll be many other things out there. Go and invest in these people. Go and show your interest, but get to know them as a people and get to watch all their content. Don't just watch their YouTube football stuff, because it's not going to last. I'm sorry, it's not. You want to go and watch Louis, you want to go and watch Robbie, you want to go and watch DT, you want to go and watch Troops, Expressions, the United Stand lot, all that. Go and watch them. Go and watch their channels personally. But it's not going to last, the YouTube Brothers League. It's getting better and bigger, but it's not there where it needs to be. That's unfortunately just bottom line. Thanks very much for watching. If you're new around here, make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you back here for loads more content. And unfortunately, guys, it's going to be the end of YouTube football very, very soon. It's disheartening, but it's true. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. See you back here for loads more content.